What's up guys, my name is Dragon, and welcome back to the Gaming Planet. Today we're just doing a little bit of some Minecraft command block stuff. Today is just a really small one, and it's something that I guess not a lot of people do. But before this video starts, I'd just like to say that 96% of you who are watching this video are not subscribed, so if you're not, and you like the content that I do, then please do hit the subscribe button down below. It does help a lot, and it helps me know that you guys actually do enjoy the content that I'm putting out, as well as it just lets me know to make more content like Minecraft command blocks and such. But today we are doing what I like to call arrow bombs, or arrow mortars, or whatever else you would like to call them. Now it is really simple. These two command blocks actually aren't needed right now, but all you need is these three setups, or these three command blocks set up, and you can get arrow bombs, as I will demonstrate right here. Obviously you just shoot it, it hits the ground, and will explode afterwards. Pretty simple. It will actually destroy blocks. If I shoot it over there, it will destroy the ground because it is summoning a piece of TNT, but we will get on to that. Now this is on Java Edition. I will be showing as well the side-by-side for Bedrock Edition, just because I know some of you who watch these videos do play on that instead, so I will be actually showing off the Bedrock Edition commands as well. Whenever the arrows actually hit the ground, it does make a little bit of a difference, because on this version it hits the ground. Actually, that one didn't hit the ground, it hit the wall. But if we just make this arrow hit the ground, it immediately explodes. And you can see probably for like a quick flash the TNT will spawn in. But on Bedrock, it will just summon a piece of TNT that had just been lit. It'll stay there for a few seconds, then explode. So if you're on Bedrock, just be wary. It will take some time before the TNT explodes. I will show that as well on the other side. But to get into the commands, obviously these will be different for either or. I'm going to go over the commands for this Java Edition first, and then I will switch over to Bedrock Edition and go over the commands for that one there once I have actually completed the ones here. If you want to know these commands, I'll go over these first. These, if I just exit out of it, if I click done, you will see it says /execute as @e, type equals arrow, @ s, run particle, and then a Minecraft particle, and then these little lines. I'll put all these commands also, by the way, in the description, just so you guys can, if you're on computer anyways, you can copy and paste them into command block and they should do the exact same thing, as long as you're on, of course, 1.16. But what this command does is it runs the execute command and it executes the particle command as this arrow. You have to execute it at the arrow as well, so you have to, that's why you have to add this at s right here, because then it will run actually at the particle. And if I turn both of these commands on, you will see that if I shoot it, this one actually causes a bomb to go off, but if you shoot it, actually you'll see that we'll get a little bit of a trail behind it. It'll be easier to see if I just go up like that. You'll see that it sort of just does make a little bit of a trail, then will explode afterwards. And that's just for decoration reason, I guess. You don't really need them. It still works if these are off, which I will be turning off right now, just so it's easier to see the arrow hit the ground and then explode. Alright, now into these commands. This is basically what's doing all the work. These two are just very simple commands. What this little command block does, if I click done, is it does the same execute command as before. Let me just actually do this, and then that. So as you can see, it executes as the arrow, at the arrow, to run another execute command, and then executes a command if the block under it, or 0.1 blocks under it, is air, then it will run the seed command. Basically what that means is what this command block does is it checks for air below any arrow block, or arrow entity. So if I shoot an arrow up into the air, you will see that this turns on, and once it hits the ground, it turns off, and then this turns back on. I know you might be saying, well, this is on already, wouldn't it activate the command blocks as it's in the air? But you can see that it won't, and the arrow is gone because of this command block, which this one is just kill at e type equals arrow. You can see that because, actually, the reason why these don't go off is because these are impulse, they're not repeat commands like this one is. So what you need to do, keep these two impulse, because then it will activate once, and even if they're powered, it will not activate again until they're unpowered, then powered again. That's what impulse means. It means you have to repower it every time. So that's what this redstone torch is for. It will power it once. Obviously, if there's no arrows in the vicinity, it will not explode and summon TNT and such. So what you do is you set up these two command blocks first, put the random redstone, put the redstone torch, so they're activated. Before you do that, make sure the arrows in the area are all cleared up, or just run this kill at E type equals arrow. That will just get rid of all the arrows in the area first, then set these up just so you don't get random TNT spawns everywhere on your world or whatever. And then set up this command block. What actually summons the TNT though is this one. All you do is execute as at E type equals arrow at S, which just means it runs this command at the arrow itself. It runs summon TNT. Very simple stuff. So once you get it all set up, you should just have it like this. And this is all for Java Edition, and yes, I did build this little area for Java commands. I'm going to have worlds for both Java and Bedrock Edition to do the command blocks for, but this is the commands for Java Edition, and now let's switch on over to Bedrock. Alright. Here on Bedrock Edition, the setup is virtually the same, I just have it a little bit more compacted. Basically, we still have the repeated command block running it into this redstone torch. The only thing is that you will need these two command blocks one tick apart from activation. So this will activate one tick before this one. So it summons the TNT first, then will kill the arrows. The only reason why is because not every time will it summon the TNTs and kill the arrows if you just have them connected together. At least that's only with my experimenting. If it does it for you, then you can go ahead and just set these both on this little redstone line here. But for me, this is what I had to do to get it to work. But it might be different for you, I'm not 100% sure. For the commands, if we go into here, we can see it's virtually the same command, except on Java Edition, it doesn't have this testforblock command. So that's why this command is a lot easier than the Java Edition command. This command is just execute at E, type equals arrow, and then these three little squiggly lines, or the tilde key, should be next to the one key on your keyboard if you're on keyboard and mouse, or on PC. On Xbox, I'm not 100% sure how you would do this, but you should be able to figure it out pretty simply. So all you do is execute at E, type equals arrow, those three squiggly lines, then testforblock, and then the two squiggly lines, and then on this middle one, because this middle squiggly means the y-axis, you do negative 0.1, another squiggly air. Now with actually both of these command blocks, it's important that you put the 0 as well. You can't just do negative 0.1 because that won't count. It won't actually detect, the command itself won't work. It won't run, and it won't detect the error under it. So all you need to do is do that. This command I'll also put in the description as well as the other ones. But these two commands are virtually the same. The summoning one is literally the same thing, except with the Java Edition you need to do at S. This one you don't, you just need to do execute at E, type equals arrow, three squigglies, summon TNT, and it works pretty fine. And then the kill is actually the exact same command, just kill at E, type equals arrow. And in this edition, if I just shoot it, you will see that the command will summon the TNT, but it will sit there for a little bit and then explode. Unlike Java, where it almost exploded immediately, this doesn't do that. It just summons the TNT at the arrow itself, waits a second, because the TNT is primed, it has to wait, and then explode. And then, obviously, it will delete the arrow as it's doing that. These two commands are pretty much the same thing as before. These are just particle commands. If you watched my last video on how to do these circle generators, you will see that I did do particle commands with it. I will leave these in the description as well if you do want to mess around with particles, though they are not needed, so they will be optional commands. So you don't need to do this. But if I just turn these on, like so, and then get rid of this, you will see that it will just shoot up an arrow with a little trail behind it. And once it lands, obviously that will turn back on, it will kill it and then summon TNT. But I'm going to pick it up beforehand just so I don't destroy everything that I've made. But yeah, so this is just some arrow mortars, I guess you can call them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do leave a like down below, as well as hit the subscribe button. And if you have any other ideas for command blocks, or if you just want to see something cool, then do leave them also as comments down below, because I could probably try and figure out how to do some cool things with command blocks. And so if you have anything or any ideas, please do suggest them. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I hope you all still stay safe, as the virus is still out there and all that stuff. So yeah, be safe, wash your hands, wear your mask, all that stuff. Hope you guys have a good day, rest of your day or night, wherever you are. And yeah, I will talk to you all later. See you guys.